Welcome to 10th Year Seniors NFL Podcast. This week we're going to, of course, go through the divisional round of the playoffs, the best weekend of football season.
Biggest upset of the weekend, too.
And we start where things finished. We're going to take this in reverse order. Yes, Kari, you were right. We start with the end of an era. The end of, I think we all feel like this is the end of the Peyton Manning's era, isn't it?
The beginning of a new era, though.
And it had to, it had to end with Andrew Luck. He ended his career in Indianapolis, and he kind of ended his career, period, in the NFL with that game.
It was almost like poetic, Shakespearean. You could say that Andrew Luck came in to replace Peyton Manning and then took him out. And I don't know if Peyton Manning's coming back to the NFL.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that should be it. That's the way that the story should end.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier while we were watching the game, it was almost as if Vince McMahon wrote the script. This is a typical WWE script. The new guy that comes in to replace the old guy absolutely takes him out.
You could, like, Stone Cold might have been in the stadium looking down at Bret Hart saying what? Drinking a cold beer.
Andrew Luck should have gave him the stunner right at midfield.
That's an
instead of the
amazing
handshake.
No, you do, because Stone Cold used to do that. You give him the handshake, kick him in the nuts.
My town.
That would have been the perfect end to the game if that actually happened.
Yes, and then go to the cameras, do the whole Stone Cold routine, and that sets up next week.
But let's talk about the real reason that the Colts won. They have a graduate from FIU on the team, T.Y. Hilton. I know his stats weren't impressive, but he's the reason that they won the game today.
Absolutely not. It's Andrew Luck, 100%.
T.Y. Hilton really
and
got
also,
it done.
It helped that Peyton Manning had a popcorn arm today.
Oh, my God.
Like, his arm strength was not there. Like, that's why it's over.
Peyton Manning threw at least 5 or 6 go routes that didn't even come close to hitting the mark.
They were almost. Like, you know, like how people say almost isn't good enough? That was Peyton almost Manning. Every pass almost was good.
So, which brings us to our most important question of that game. And this is the biggest question for Peyton Manning. I hope he's listening to this because I know he listens to 10th Year Seniors all the time.
Obviously.
Peyton.
Mrs. Manning does for sure.
Yeah. Peyton, they juice you?
Juice.
Did Peyton Manning juice before the game?
Had to. Mrs. Manning.
Yes.
Just
what
let
happened?
Us know. What happened?
What happened? Something had to happen to Peyton Manning's arm. It's not the neck surgery. Peyton, did they juice?
Because he was doing it all season.
For 13 years. I just made that up in my head. So how many years that he was playing?
It was at least like 18.
Yeah. At least 18 years. Peyton Manning, there was no other like explanation for the way that those passes were
just dropping
inaccurate.
Yeah.
They were wobbly. Peyton Manning juice before.
The best spiral of the game from Peyton was when he got sacked and the ball just was spinning on the ground and the Colts recovered. That was the tightest spiral all season.
Listen to me, you guys have no idea how long John was sitting on that, and he was waiting on this moment to say that.
Just to say that.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning claimed that he was kidnapped before the game and that he just got dropped off to the stadium.
So now him and John Fox are having this conversation right now.
John Fox is like, why you all fresh up, Peyton?
They juice you?
Fresh up.
They juice you. They juice Peyton Manning. It's amazing.
If they juice you, why you come to the AFC Divisional round all fresh up?
Who was the backup quarterback for the Broncos? He should have been playing.
I have no idea.
That's that 6'7"
and the Denver defense was pretty good. They did their job. They stopped the Colts in
the momentum
situations.
had changed.
Yeah.
There was momentum changed, and then
it changed when Orlando Franklin, because these teams were liking each other too much. Everybody was all buddy, you know.
High five. Oh, you sacked me.
Players from opposing teams were helping each other up, doing ridiculous stuff like that. Sportsmanship. No one wants to see that.
No.
The best part of the game was when they got all chippy.
Yeah, it changed when Orlando Franklin came in and he started that fight with about 7 or 8 Colts, and then C.J. Anderson had that ridiculous run on 4th and 1, but the Broncos couldn't finish the drive.
And
that was pretty much the story of the entire day. They either ended up with field goals or it was turnover on downs because Peyton Manning could not make the plays that Andrew Luck did.
We could all take one thing out of this game.
Andrew Luck's better than Peyton Manning?
Yes.
Okay, 2 things out of this game. C.J. Anderson's about to get paid.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
That
guy was amazing.
That's it. He was the only reason why Denver did what they could do.
Yeah, 100%.
I really hope that this game goes down as the DeJuice game. At least in Bahamian lore.
We're going to call it that.
It's the DeJuice game.
Can we name the podcast that? DeJuice? Because
we have several names for this podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. But
that was the DeJuice game, and the game earlier today was Ice Bowl to awful marketing by Fox. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they were like, okay, it's going to be cold. Let's just call it the same thing. It was like, no.
Cowboys versus the Packers.
Let's just start right at the call. The rest of the game was great. It was an awesome game, but let's just go to the call.
Yes. Correct call.
Correct call, John.
That was 100% correct.
Is the correct call.
My take on it, I don't care. I'm happy they made the call, whether it was correct or not. I'm going to go with the referees. They're better trained than I am at this stuff. They said it was an incomplete pass. It's an incomplete pass.
I just want to speak to every Cowboy fan right now. Even if the call was right, like say the call was incorrect and you get the ball and you score the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers has 3 minutes and he's going to drive the ball down the field on you, score the touchdown, and then you're going to lose. This is from a Dolphin fan who witnessed this happening, and we have a better defense than the Cowboys. That's whatever. The Dolphins don't
this
matter.
could have been a juice you game too.
They did juice
They
you.
did juice you. They juiced.
Oh, it's
The whole thing is
Everyone got juice this weekend. This is amazing.
jeez.
This is an amazing weekend of NFL teams.
What an
getting
ebb and
juiced.
flow of emotions for the Cowboys and Cowboys fans. It's just beautiful.
And
But-
Cowboys haters.
Let's talk about
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers for a second.
Did you see the he was thrown into a window like this big?
He was
And
John, this is
I
a
know it
audio
is.
medium.
totally not visual. Yeah,
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers didn't practice the entire week. We all knew he was having problems with the calf. You could see it because Aaron Rodgers was not running out of the pocket.
he
like
was staying in the
usually
pocket
did.
the whole time.
He,
No,
would
and-
he would step up at times, but you
Yes.
could see there was a noticeable limp. And even doing that, Aaron Rodgers was still the best player in the NFL with a torn calf muscle. So what
And it's
stops
weird
him?
that Olivia Munn has press conferences after the team has their press conferences, and she said that she did everything she could leading up to the week. She massaged the calf and other things, and Aaron Rodgers was good to
What
go.
is her impact? Is she now the most powerful, not just football, but is she the most powerful sports girlfriend right
Yes,
now in pro
yes,
sports?
for sure. They beat the Seahawks next week.
See, if the Heat
She's
were,
number one.
If the Heat were still good, Gabrielle Union would have a claim to that.
Her or Savannah, but then Savannah's awful.
Yeah,
and she wants to
Savannah's
live in
not really
Cleveland.
personable.
I don't
Savannah
know.
doesn't like us.
Why are we talking about LeBron?
Yeah, let's,
anyway,
let's not do that. It hurts. It still hurts.
It still hurts.
Let's not do that.
It's hard.
But yeah, so Olivia Munn's impact, she absolutely, whatever she did, we're not going to talk about what she did. Whatever she did during the week to prepare Aaron Rodgers, because he
She
wasn't
prepared
practicing.
him.
He wasn't practicing.
prepared
Matt
him.
Flynn and
I think it begins with the J.
the other guy.
She juiced
She
him.
juiced you.
Yes,
she
juiced you.
And then, because sometimes it has many effects. You can have the Peyton Manning effect, where you can't throw the ball downfield, or you can have the Aaron Rodgers
Where it
effect,
calms you down.
where it calms you down, and you're just extremely
Laser
focused.
focus.
Yeah.
Laser
Laser
focus, and that
focus.
was Aaron Rodgers.
Laser focus
Bullet
led to
passes.
laser passes.
Double coverage, triple coverage, he didn't care. Aaron Rodgers just was making plays in
On
that
like
second
a
half.
on like a real football note too, this is not exciting at all. But Eddie Lacy had a really good game.
He was unstoppable the first like 3 drives, and then they stopped handing the ball off. You know why? Because Aaron Rodgers is that good.
Yeah, because we don't know who Eddie Lacy's girlfriend is, and we don't watch her
Yeah,
on the
I know,
newsroom.
But Tony,
Sorry.
you know what? It was kind of disappointing that Tony Romo didn't do anything to ruin the game.
Yeah,
Like
because you
the
really
Cowboys
needed
lost,
that.
but it's not his fault.
You
So
really needed that because that Tony Romo is a, don't want to say it, is a F up narrative is really what we all love, and
Yeah.
we didn't get to have that.
yeah. But the
I mean-
Cowboys still lost, so that was amazing.
Yeah, everything went kind of the way it was supposed to. DeMarco Murray was a beast. He had,
But
a
he
great
did fumble
game.
that.
Well,
It
he
was
always
it was a
fumbles.
costly fumble.
Yeah, well,
First fumble since week 8.
he's a fumble guy. It's what he does.
That was Sunday. Sunday was full of storylines, but then Saturday, John's pick, the Carolina Panthers,
The biggest upset of the weekend
playing
happened.
the Seattle Seahawks, and they went
Seattle
down.
beat Carolina.
I think the biggest upset of the week was North Carolina State beating Duke in basketball. I
Okay.
don't think this.
John,
was the biggest
what are your
upset of the
thoughts on this Carolina Panthers Seattle Seahawks?
week. How sad are you?
Not really that sad.
No,
But
I can't believe a 8-8-1 team didn't beat the defending Super Bowl
Don't
champions.
give them that playoff win. They're 7-8-1.
They won the
7-8-1.
game.
oh,
They
now
won
we
the
could
game.
go now and say yes.
Actually,
they
now
have a
they're-
losing record.
They're 8-9-1.
7-8-1.
They're 8-9
They,
and
they
1.
have a losing record, but
Whatever.
you guys were surprised about how close it was at halftime. Don't lie about that.
I was.
That's mainly because I was tired because I was out all day. that was why. I
There was a
tired.
chance.
There
But
was
Cam
no
Newton.
Yeah, and Cam Chancellor ended any of that. I think when
Okay.
me and Sandy were talking about this game, and she was talking about Cam Newton's smile, I said, you know why he's not going to be smiling? The Legion of Boom. They don't smile. They just hit people and
You
catch
know-
Greatest nickname
interceptions.
ever.
Do you know
And
how-
all they did was hit people and catch interceptions.
the reason why they lost, or the reason, like if you
They
could
played a much superior team.
yes, but also when Cam jumped over the O line twice to block a field goal, but didn't block it at the same time, it's like how could you do the same play 2 times in a row and know the snap count, not change it up? Like, come on, Carolina, change up the snap count.
Brings up a good question. Does he now have exclusive rights to the name Cam? Does Cam Newton have to go by Cameron? Was that a nick-
technically there's a spelling difference. Cam is
Still.
C-A-M. Cam Chancellor is K-A-M. Cam Chancellor
this-
is
That
the
K
Cam.
sounds cooler.
If this
The K
was
sounds cooler.
If this was the
As a Kappa, you should
WWE,
appreciate
that
that.
would be. If this was the WWE, that would be a nickname game, and Cam Chancellor won.
He won. That's the Cam play, jumping over the offensive line to
And he had a
block
touchdown.
You know they made the Super Bowl. That is happening.
Yeah.
and there will be someone designated just for when he tries to jump over the line.
Box jumps.
F him up.
Just uppercuts are going up.
Box
Move.
jumps. I'm doing box jumps. What's your vertical on your box jump, John?
85,000 centimeters.
So I think it's safe to say for Cam Newton, somebody's gonna have to ask
It was
him,
the Cam Chancellor game.
They juice you.
Yeah.
Because the Legion of Boom.
You know who didn't? Cam Chancellor did not choose. That was too much energy, too much jumping for anyone who juiced before the game. Pretty much not juicing for Cam Chancellor.
Richard Sherman though, he played well.
He started the game off doing his Legion of Boom thing. I mean, he caught the first interception. I think. Well, Cam still made some good plays after that, but it immediately got in his head that these guys are as good as advertised. They caught it. Was that the Panthers' first drive or something like that? The first or second drive.
It was a good punt that Cam threw.
I guess if you want to call it that.
But
the biggest game is Saturday night, of course. I think this one was more. There were a lot of people on both sides of this. A lot of people picked the Ravens to go into Foxborough and win this game. And, of course, you had the Patriot Nation believing that Tom Brady was going to get back to his fourth consecutive AFC Championship game.
And Patriot Nation was right.
And he did. They were right.
It was an amazing game. It was probably the best game of the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was definitely
the
number
most
one.
well played.
Well, I don't know. The Packers and Cowboys could make a run for best game.
I feel like there were less mistakes made in this game, though.
Yeah.
And it didn't come down.
It was
to
more
any
back and
officiating
forth
call. It was just like the Patriots doing what they do.
Yeah.
They started off slow.
You know what? Yeah,
even
you're
with
right,
2
because
weeks
there were at
off.
least
Now-
3 lead changes.
And
in
the
fourth
Ravens
quarter.
came out really, really hot. Flacco was 8 for 8 to start the game off after his coach called him the best quarterback in the NFL.
He almost proved him right.
I saw that and I was like, look at Flacco. Flacco is out here slinging the rock.
But we could blame that
Marlo
game
Stanfield.
on Torrey Smith.
Yeah,
that
let's-
last throw.
Yeah, let's just get to the most important play of the game.
Zero
Torrey Smith
effort.
cutting his hair and then losing the AFC Championship
lost
game.
his strength.
Yes,
Yeah.
he lost his
He
strength.
lost his strength.
No
and
juicing
his
for him.
sense. So
Nope.
the thing about it is, with about a minute 40-something seconds left on the clock, it's 2nd and 10. Joe Flacco takes a shot downfield. It's picked. That's pretty much the ball game. Does anyone have a problem with Joe Flacco taking that shot in that?
No, it was the
space?
correct play. And if Torrey Smith fought for the ball the way Dez Bryant fought for the ball today,
Yeah.
we're talking about a Ravens win.
I mean,
And then Torrey Smith had another chance at redemption at the Hail Mary at the end of the
oh no,
game.
he couldn't get that. He got pushed to the.
Okay,
he got pushed.
he
to the
got
ground. He couldn't
pushed,
get
but
that.
I mean, no.
Dive for the ball or something.
Could
do
not
so-
get that. I mean,
Okay, you get pushed, but I mean, like, have some like strength in your legs.
I have
Torrey
a much
Smith.
bigger problem with the.
Did Torrey
with the
Smith
play
also
before.
juice before the game because his legs just failed him at
What
the
were
end?
his stats? I'm gonna find
No, I don't think he was.
You know what his stats were? He didn't fight for the ball, gave
Yeah.
Flacco an interception, and he didn't get
But
the Hail
did you
Mary.
notice that he pushed the defender into the ball?
Hold on, John, are you ready for this alley-oop?
Yep.
What would Perryman have done had he
Oh
been
my
playing for
God.
the Ravens and there was a Hail Mary at the end of the game?
He would
Go.
have caught that. Over 3 people.
Who does Perryman play for? I forget.
UCF.
Oh,
That's
Goddamn.
right. You know who scored the first touchdown in that Ravens game?
Somebody-
Come on,
Kamar
Aiken.
from UCF.
oh, what school did he graduate from?
UCF.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Where's them Kentucky boys?
Moving on to the NFC Championship game, Randall Cobb. That's where they are.
Ah,
You know
Look at
who
that.
else is on that team? Josh Sidden, UCF.
Who is that?
Who are these
Who is
people?
that? Who is that?
Who
What does he
cares
do?
about these?
Is he the long snapper?
He is the Pro Bowl right guard.
So Tom Brady's moving on. The Ravens are done. They were the team who everybody thought, could throw a wrench into the AFC Championship game, but apparently it was the Colts who went to Denver and won. So now we're set up for the Patriots and the Colts going on the road. Andrew Luck going to continue his story. He took out one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in Peyton Manning, and he's on the road against Tom Brady. What do you guys think is going to happen?
I have confidence in Andrew Luck going into this game. It's because of what Steve Smith did against Darrell Revis last game. I feel like T.Y. Hilton at this point in his career is even
FIU.
better. Is even better than
FIU.
Steve Smith. So Darrell Revis is gonna have all the problems in the world, and Andrew Luck really has no fear. If he didn't have any fear going into Denver and playing against the person he replaced, the person whose legacy he was supposed to follow up, he had no problem going into there and just cutting his throat.
Here's the real analysis of the game. Whichever quarterback doesn't juice before the game will win the game.
That's gonna be Andrew Luck. He says,
That's
Okay,
it.
everyone put all your money on Andrew Luck. I picked every game right this week, by the
He
way.
did- he
Never
did.
mind.
Andrew Luck's beard is awful and he has a flip phone. No sense.
Andrew Luck will not have
Tom
sex with us.
Tom Brady's married to a model.
Yeah.
a supermodel.
I am torn.
Original Victoria's
I am
Secret
torn out of.
Angel.
So you're picking the Colts, is what you're saying, John?
Yeah.
And you're picking.
I like Andrew Luck running the gauntlet. I told you guys that from the beginning of the playoffs.
I'm picking the Patriots, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
But bet
I
you
really do.
put your mortgage on that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, no, you put your mortgage on this week and my picks. For last week, I'm saying, and my picks, but for this week, maybe car payments, maybe your car, not your mortgage.
Who knows? Maybe Reggie Wayne catches a pass.
I'm fine being wrong on this week, but I think the Patriots are gonna win.
I still need somebody in the playoffs to have us against the. Nobody has the us against the world mentality. Nobody did the everyone's hating on us thing that all NFL teams.
Patriots
do.
probably.
When is that
going
gonna
to
happen?
Patriots probably.
I need
favored
the
by
Colts
10
to
at a
do that.
minimum.
I need somebody from the Colts to. Everyone's
You know
being
who's gonna be?
politically correct.
You know who's gonna be? T.Y. Hilton.
Yes.
We'll be the person in the media this week just saying no one believes in us.
Everyone's too politically correct, and I don't like this. I mean,
Could we have like
the guys from the Seahawks are probably the only people that are going to speak out and say some outlandish stuff, and they won already. Nobody wants to hear that.
I
I
think
need somebody else to do it.
the refs when the Colts play, if they do a high five to the opposing team, that should be a delay of game or a personal foul, stupidness penalty. I mean, you just can't high five the other team. You can't be nice to them.
Let's do away
Yeah,
with all
Colts,
this
stop
niceness.
that.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Luck, I believe in you, but you guys are gonna have to stop being so
And
nice. That's not gonna get
talking
it done.
about people who are going to be talking trash in the Legion of Boom in the NFC Championship, Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers. Now this one, mortgage.
Mortgage.
Who you got?
Aaron Rodgers and Olivia Munn are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
They're going
With
on the
Josh
road
Sitton
against
and Randall
the 12th
Cobb.
man.
Newsroom.
And Richard Sherman, my friend, after everyone was saying how Aaron Rodgers wasn't thrown at you in the first week of the season, you're about to be torched by the best wide receiver I've ever seen in my life.
Jordy Nelson.
I'm quiet because I'm thinking if Jordy Nelson.
You
is
keep
actually
thinking
the
and don't say
best.
Steve Largent, because you know what? The correct answer is Jordy Nelson.
I'm not gonna say Steve Largent.
Leslie Miller, damn you.
Leslie Miller, the podcast.
Wait, are we still recording?
Yes, we're still
Oh,
going.
oh, shit.
Sorry.
Oh, keep it in.
Leslie Miller can't stop
All right,
this.
Leslie Miller cannot stop 10th year seniors.
All right, who's the best wide receiver I've ever seen? All right, fine, I'll give it to Jordy Nelson. But I know Aaron Rodgers takes everything personally, and he has a point to prove. And I really think Aaron Rodgers is gonna go at Richard Sherman. Is it gonna work out? I have no idea if it's gonna work out. But I do believe that the Packers are going to win this game. I don't know if it's going to be because Aaron Rodgers is going to have the one-up on Sherman, but I think they're going to win.
You
I
sure?
think what the Packers do actually is they expose Cam Chancellor. Like, they want to make him be in coverage for
Can anybody expose Cam Chancellor?
in coverage, yes.
He's
In
not
running.
a real person. He's a created player.
He's an alien from District 9, yes. But you can't expose him because aliens from District 9 cannot cover seam routes.
Yeah, they really can. I saw
Aaron
that.
Rodgers is going to put a hurting on them.
Olivia Munn tweeted earlier today that Russell Wilson sure is cute.
Ooh.
Game over.
Game.
Aaron Rodgers is
Yeah.
going to destroy them.
Game.
Well, that's it. That's it.
That's
That's it.
That's it.
This
That's
isn't
it.
like
Done.
an Instagram thought or anything. This is
No,
Olivia Munn.
No.
Yeah.
So it's
Google
really
her.
it's between
Google
her
image
and
search.
it's
I do it
between
every
her-
day.
It's between her and Miko, who's the greatest sports wife / girlfriend,
man.
right?
Wow. You just stopped me. I don't know what to do.
Look, let me do this. 1A, 1B. Make it
Fine,
simple.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's a cop out. I love it.
I like every picture of
between her
Miko.
and Miko.
Miko Grimes post on Instagram.
So we all have the Packers.
Do we?
Yes. Of
We-
course. Olivia
okay.
Munn. Yes.
So I'm
So-
saying Packers Patriots Super Bowl, and you guys are saying Packers Colts
I'm
Super
saying
Bowl.
Packers Colts.
Yeah.
There we go. Lock it in.
All right.
Book it.
All right, so that's the end of this podcast. We got the divisional round, the last full weekend of football in the books. Next weekend, we get to the conference championship games, and it's a bittersweet moment because it sets up the final few weekends of football. But, of course, you'll have us around to talk about other stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with what happens on the field. This is 10th Year Seniors, signing off.
Hashtag Tampa 2015.
Stay woke.